So, after seeing video, Will Gonere said the manager of Bakers in, you start to think of a lot of things. Kuti, yes, it's all fun and games when we're seeing with, oh, he gambled because he wanted to go and marry a wife. He was gambling so that he has funds and things like that. But he mentioned that he started gambling in 2019. So what
So the
people
trend.
miss is, gambling as an addiction. An addiction is actually an illness, Sanditi. So many people use gambling achona kuita or different types of addictions to cope with negative emotions, auntie. So they're stressed, they have anxiety, or they're depressed, and then they start gambling. So the excitement sort of like gives them that temporary relief, that dopamine release that we spoke about earlier, and this sort of like reinforces ka behavior kakuti karambe kachidzoka anditi. And also tanga kuita kakufila kunge wane control. There's so many things that you can't control that are stress and anxiety. But now if you're gambling, there is this illusion kekuti une zvauri kucontrola, and nikafalasi mumusoro mako zviri kutofaya hazvizi kufaya. And also there's this when you are in that space of gambling, escape temporary escape from the real world,
From
especially
the
now
reality.
phone. And at times mama gambling in betting house, when you're in there is this atmosphere, Tari, that is so different. It's good quality for them, and it's good escape room, and make a sense. Unfortunately, for most people who become addicted, there is this genetic disposition, and munenge mutori nemagambla mumhuri menyu, vanhu vari addicted mumhuri menyu. They might be addicted to different things, and there's different addictions. Njuga, tinenge tina sekuru vatotiti uyu yakatodza sekuru vake vaiita zvenjuga, handiti amenobiologically takutozongobvunza chiremba kuti saka chii chaicho chachona chiri mumujini imomo. But there is this predisposition kuti kana mumhuri menyu kuna someone who has a history of gambling, there is a likelihood that if you dabble in things like that, you might find yourself in trouble as well. So if there's someone that you know in your life who is addicted to anything, you have to be vigilant about the extracurricular activities that you get yourself involved in. You want to pull something one day, you go to bijana, but because you've got that genetic predisposition, you go easily addicted to zvinhu. Unobva watongoona hazvisisiri easy. Some people will be like, inini I can do it once a month or once every 2 months or whatever. But you unongokweva ka1 hazvichakwanisi kubuda, and you don't know what's happening to you, but it's because of that as well. So there is also nzvimbo, mweya wenzvimbo, you know. At the moment, back in the day, if you want to gamble, you have to go into a gambling house, sports house. Most of the times there are drunkards in there, people are shouting and things like that. You sort of like shy away from being seen in a place like that. But now zvindege zviri phone, Tari, who is going to see
that is accessible now.
Exactly. And not just that, you scroll on Facebook, you're seeing Bet Africa, this, that advertised. Someone is telling you, yes, they're now sponsoring ads so that you can. It's there. They're using influencers. It's becoming normalized. They're normalizing gambling so much that the youth or whoever find themselves in trouble want to dabble a bit in it because everyone is doing it. Everyone is saying it's acceptable. And also because of the way the brain works in terms of that reward system yatikutaura kuti pane kadopamine kake kanoti when you win kaka handiti, it's enticing, zvoramba zvichikukwezva uchiramba so this experience,
let me just put $1 and all that.
Exactly. So the breakthrough
but
is
going back to William's story, I think for him it ended up working well because obviously, okay, unfortunately he was jailed, but
Mhm.
in that process he got the rehab and it's actually like doing so well. And I
I think
think
so too. Mhm.
I think to everyone who watched that video, I think they need to take the lessons that okay, if you are addicted to gambling, please just try to stop or get the help you need and stop it. Because to be
Yeah.
honest, you're not going to be rich from gambling. That's the honest truth.
Yeah,
So Claire,
that's
I think
yeah.
let's close this
No,
up.
yeah, I think the most important thing is to seek help.
Mm,
Especially if you start to see the gambling is getting out of control, you have to seek
mm,
help because it's an illness, auntie.
true. Mm,
We are acknowledging that it is an illness, and unfortunately, there is stigma attached to most mental health illnesses. But we are saying that you don't have to suffer alone. There is help
yes,
every there are helplines that you can I'm not too sure. Do we have a gambling anonymous or anything like that in Zimbabwe? I'm not too sure. I didn't research.
I'm not too sure. I will have to research when I have to
But
research it. And maybe if I find something, I'll just plug it on the subject line so that guys you can go and
okay,
get to know. But yeah.
but definitely, if you look for the friendship bench, they are always a listening ear. But it's not just talking to someone; it's now an addiction, and it
Mm,
means it's not good you don't have money. You're not gambling
mm,
so that with the case, yeah, will and it's not like if we gave him 2,000, he was going to be content with that 2,000 ovaenda kunorora, ovaenda kunoita whatever he felt like he wanted to do with that money. It's the gambling addiction. So it is
mm,
not about him not having money. So that's what you are supposed to understand, Kuti. um Gambling as a disease does not stop because you have finances.
yes. Mm,
It it thrives on the winnings and the dopamine release that you get when you win. And it might be a $1 win, $2 win, or whatever, but it's the dopamine that you keep craving. So giving him money. So you don't think kuti chirwere chevarombo or people who don't have money are the only people who get addicted. Anyone
mm,
and everyone is
no.
addiction. Yeah. So in first instances to stay away from gambling, tapota, that's the first step. Stay away
Mm,
from gambling. If you're going to buy him a scratch card here and there, because most of the proceeds from lotteries are used to serve our communities. So if you feel like that's your
true.
way of giving back to communities, it's fine. You can buy a scratch card, scratch, 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 and yeah,
But once
not
in a
an
while, not an
everyday
everyday
thing.
thing.
So if you now find yourself having to go kunaita zvemabhiza, this and that, that's becoming a bit extreme. So seek help whilst you can be helped. You can still be helped.
True, true. Because we see like other people like with William Gonese, like his case, okay, he managed to rise from it and he's actually doing well. But there are other people like even when they go to jail, they like just go into the deep end. So please, when you just notice that you are now doing it to like I always say, like if you do too much of anything is too much. Like even if you find yourself, even now, like now you find people they're also being addicted to social media, to phones and all that. So if you find that you're spending your time doing so much of one thing, just sit down, assess yourself, and if you need to talk to someone, please seek the help you require. And yeah, I think that's all for today. Until we meet again. Bye,
All right,
Claire.
Tari, thank you.
Cool. Bye.